Today I'm going to talk about the downside of duplicate content and how this can negatively impact your SEO. So what is duplicate content? It's what it sounds like. It's when there's content that's duplicative in multiple places. So a lot of times this can happen accidentally. You might not even notice it. But if you have a lot of similar content, Google can pick up on this and it can hurt your SEO ranking. So I'm going to dive further into it. So why does duplicate content matter? Google wants to make sure that content across the web is unique. They don't want the same thing written in a bunch of different places because it doesn't have value. So if they see that there's duplicative content, they can detect this and it can negatively impact your SEO. So what are examples of duplicate content? There's copied content. So let's say a competitor takes content from your site and rewrites it for their site. That's considered copy content. There's spinning content. So let's say if you have 100 different city level pages for, we're in Columbus, Ohio, and for suburbs, there's Westerville and Grandview and different suburbs. Well, let's just say you spin the content. So essentially it's not exactly the same, but it's rewritten in a way that still is saying the same thing. That is spun content. So that is an example. There's boilerplate text, so when you're just using the same verbiage across multiple different pages, and maybe there's a few things that's different, but there's still similar content across all those pages. And then of course there's similar pages of content. So let's say you've written two blogs on very similar topics and they were years apart, so you might not know the difference. That similar content could still be saying the same thing and be picked up as duplicate content. So this can happen accidentally, duplicate content. Let's say you have a website that's HTTPS and is secure, and then you still have an old version of your site that's HTTP. Google can be indexing both of these sites. It could be duplicate content, and that can negatively impact your SEO. So some tools that you could use, we personally love SiteLiner. That's just a great way to audit duplicate content to make sure everything's healthy. They'll tell you if there's other websites that are using your content or if there's anything that raises a red flag. There's DupliChecker and there's Create Strong. There's DupliChecker. And then, so those are some of the tools to use. Another thing that you should be doing is keyword tracking. Make sure that you're monitoring your keywords to just see if everything is in good standing from a ranking perspective. Overall though, make sure that you're writing strong and unique content for your website. Even if you're hiring a freelancer to write your content, you need to audit it. If you don't know this person very well, they could be copying content from elsewhere, and that can negatively impact your SEO. So the stronger, fresher, more unique, well-written content, the better you're going to rank from an SEO perspective. I'm Jason Parks with The Media Captain. If you have any questions, you can always email me, info@themediacaptain.com.